I wonder if you can talk to us about your horror influences when you first started writing Buffy.
Oh, well, you gave away the best part. I love horror movies, and the classics were for me the ones like Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street, where you had at least some investment in those kids before they became these sort of cutouts who were to be cut out, and pretty much all of them. Up to a point, and particularly Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, a very empowering one, and the remake of The Blob by Chuck Russell, which Shawnee Smith with an Uzi as a cheerleader. I had a picture of that on my desk the entire 7 years I ran Buffy.
And I know that you've been asked this question many times, but I need to talk to you about creating the kick-ass chick that I know that several of us grew up with. Certainly she was an influential figure as a teenager for me. Did you know when you were writing her that she was going to be the role model for everybody, or?
Well, the embarrassing answer to that is yes. And the reason I knew it is because everybody else was like, "You're out of your mind." You know, so many people were like, "This is a terrible idea. This can never work. Is that a working title?" And that's just, you know, people hearing about it. Then you get to Hollywood and you try to sell a script and you try to have it made well, and all the terrible things that are going to happen to you if you're a writer in Hollywood are you sort of have to approach it, you know, as a megalomaniac. I will destroy Metropolis this time. So I wasn't thinking very deliberately politically, because you know, it wasn't like this was all just some cerebral agenda. I just wanted to see a movie where this girl could do that, and then I wanted to see a show, you know, that really got into the heart of that girl for myself. But at the same time, I knew I was right about needing that, and that I couldn't be the only one.
I have now 2 young nieces, and I'm starting to look at things that they can start to watch that can give them the same approach to life that I might have had. Yes, I'm a bit pushy. Can you recommend some kick-ass chicks that are out there now for us? I'm presuming there'll be some in S.H.I.E.L.D. for us.
Yes. We'll be fine on S.H.I.E.L.D. We've got it covered.
Are there any that you particularly like the look of now that you aren't writing, obviously? Ooh.
And this is where it gets depressing.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Not so much. I mean, I can't really give it up for Katniss. I want to, but she's, you know, always wrong. I don't know. I got halfway through the 3rd book, and I was like, "Come on, sorry." But I feel, you know, her decision-making process, even though she's in this arena, sort of does boil down to which cute boy. I don't know. But she's the closest. But you know, I mean, if you really want Jennifer Lawrence to be awesome, you watch Winter's Bone. That's the one. But no, you know, it's a bleak landscape, and I'm in the middle of the superhero business, where they jokingly say, "Well, we're never going to make a movie about a girl because, you know, boys won't buy that toy, and so it's been mandated from upstairs. We're never going to do that." And you just go, it's not okay for us to be sitting here and joking about that. It matters enormously.
And of course, you've been through that with Wonder Woman.
Well, I've been through that. You know, my life has been a series of terrible disappointments. Oh, there's some good stuff too. But stuff like Back to the Future 2, where I was so excited at the end of the movie, his girlfriend's going with him. And then at the beginning of the 2nd movie, they A, recast her, and B, knocked her unconscious for the entire film. It's just like, didn't have to be that way. I mean, I think about the sort of the characters I love, and I go all the way back to Real Genius to find a female lead who's as eccentric and exciting and as interesting and actually quite more so than the fella, and there's just, it happens so seldom, James Cameron obviously gave us some great ones when nobody else was bothering to, that were really textured individuals dealing with power and dealing with a lot of the things that I like, but it ain't great.
Well, thank goodness you're still writing TV for us.
Oh, it's all on me. And if there is something great that I'm missing, and you're all like, no, but all the women in Game of Thrones are wonderful. I don't know, I haven't seen it. I was given to understand that the entire cast was dead.